Welcome, everyone, to Friday Night Young at Heart. This is session number 176. I'm Father James DeLucio with the Paulist Fathers here in the Rectory Library in New York City, ready, willing, and able, by the grace of God, to offer you nursery rhymes, stories, songs, poems, Mother Goose, Aesop's fables, Lewis Carroll, limericks, larks, and such and other things to keep us all young at heart. And in these troubling days and an ongoing, long-lasting counting in our national election and other dreadful world news, I thought we needed some humorous poems. And so I thought I'd start with one about the news. This one is by Michael Rosen, and it's called Here is the News. Ready? And now, here is the news. In Manchester today, a man was seen with hair on top of his head. Over now, straight away to our northern correspondent, Hugh Snooze. It's been an incredible day here in Manchester. Scenes like this have been seen here every day from year to year. It's now quite certain that no one will be saying anything about this for years to come. One eyewitness said so. "Are you sure?" I said. She said no. And now, back to you in London. All around the world, newspapers, radio, and television have taken no notice of this story, and already a prime minister has said nothing about it at all. What's next, Rumour McRumour Bongle? Expert in expert experts. I doubt it. I doubt whether anyone will doubt it. But I do. What? Doubt it. Thank you, Rumour McRumour Bungle. But now, how did it all begin? As dawn broke in Manchester, it soon became clear it was quite likely that there was a lot of air in the air. An hour after a few minutes had gone, a couple seconds passed, and a minute later, it was 12:15, and then it was 12:15. Suddenly, from across the other side of the road, on the other side facing this side, there was the same road from the other side. This side was now facing that side, and the road on that other side was opposite this. Then it happened. There is no question of this. In fact, no one has questioned it at all. Further proof of this came from the police, who say that a woman held for questioning was released immediately because she did not have any answers to the questions not posed to her. So, it's something of a mystery. Yes, it's a mysterious thing to some, and there are some who think it could, in a mysterious way, be nothing at all. And that's today's news. And here is a bumble of a fairy tale, and it's called After Ever, Happily, by Ian Serraillier, and it's subtitled The Princess and the Woodcutter. Pay attention to this one. And they both lived happily ever after. The wedding was held in the palace. Laughter rang to the roof as a loosened rafter crashed down and squashed the Chamberlain flat. And how the wedding guests chuckled at that. You, with your horny and delicate hands, who drop your H's and call them Anns, who cannot afford to buy her a dress, how dare you presume to pinch our princess? Miserable woodcutter, uncombed, unwashed, were the Chamberlain's words before he was squashed. Take her, said the Queen, who had a soft spot for woodcutters. He's strong, and he's handsome. Why not? What rot, said the King, but he dare not object. The Queen wore the trousers. That's as you would expect. Said the Chamberlain, usually meek and inscrutable, a princess and a woodcutter. The match is unsuitable. Her dog barked its welcome again and again as they splashed to the palace through puddles of rain, and the princess sighed, "Till the end of my life." "Darling," said the woodcutter, "will you be my wife?" He knew all his days he could love no other, so he nursed her to health with some help from his mother, and lifted her, horribly hurt, from her tumble. A woodcutter watching saw the horse stumble as she rode through the woods, a princess in her prime, on a dapple gray horse. Now, to finish my rhyme, I'll start it properly. Once upon a time. Were you able to follow it? Did it make sense to you in its sort of backwards, topsy-turvy way? It's a footnote. There's a footnote here that says, "This is a love story from the Middle Ages. The poet obviously knew his subject matter backwards." All right, would you like to hear it in a more proper order? This is, if you did not discern, this is what was actually going on. As she rode through the woods, a princess in her prime, on a dapple gray horse, a woodcutter, watching, saw the horse stumble, and lifted her, horribly hurt, from her tumble, so he nursed her to health with some help from his mother. "Darling," said the woodcutter, "will you be my wife?" For he knew all his days he could love no other. And the princess sighed, "Till the end of my life." As they splashed to the palace through puddles of rain, her dog barked its welcome again and again. "Take her," said the queen, who had a soft spot for woodcutters. "He's strong and he's handsome, why not?" "What rot!" said the king, but he dare not object, for the queen wore the trousers. "That is as you'd expect." Said the chamberlain, usually meek and inscrutable, "A princess and a woodcutter? This match is unsuitable. You, with your horny and delicate hands, who drop your H's and call them ands, who cannot afford to buy her a dress, how dare you presume to pinch our princess?" "Miserable woodcutter, uncombed, unwashed," were the chamberlain's words before he was squashed. The wedding was held high in the palace. Laughter rang to the roof as a loosened rafter crashed down and squashed the chamberlain flat. And how the wedding guests chuckled at that. And they both lived happily ever after. So there you go. A little nonsense to lighten the oncoming dusk and evening, depending on what time you watch this. Thank you for being with me. I hope you have a good weekend. I hope we have some good news with the election. It seems a much closer race than many of us thought, without giving away my preference. And if your preference, whatever it may be, I hope that you'll see that, see what you will. God bless you all. May truth win out. And wear your masks if you go out. God bless everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye.